Welcome to the Pixelberry Choices podcast, and today we're going to be talking about chapter 13 of Wake the Dead. And this chapter was not so much action packed, but it was a chapter again where you can just lay back and just enjoy the moment after so much hard work and so much adrenaline rush throughout the book up until chapter 12. We had one, laying back. Chapter 12 was a little enjoyable rather than action packed. Not action packed, but rather than enjoyable. So this was again that kind of a chapter. So we had to make a hard choice whether to shoot Ellie or just try to reach to him by talking. So if he had turned into zombie, then things would have gone south. But we see Ellie is not listening to us. I personally chose to not shoot Ellie. So let me know what you guys chose. And in the process, we try to resist Ellie, but he seemed to have inhuman powers, and we almost black out there. And then we come back to life. We come back to our senses, and then we see Ellie's there. He is not in a very good state, and he is looking guilty, but also some physical, like he was sweating and you can sense his heartbeat was racing. So, and we finally see that Ellie is now able to talk, but he was so afraid that he lost us, and worse, that he thought he had killed us. So then we have this conversation that we're okay, and Ellie gets angry that if someone gets bit, they need to be put down. So why did we save him, or why did he try to save him? Because it could have gotten us killed, and Ellie couldn't have lived with this thing that he killed our main character or anybody. So we have this argument with each other, but then we call Shannon and we tell Ellie that it was safe and he would have been alright, and we couldn't also just leave Ellie behind to die. We couldn't have left him like that. So we are talking about this, then we hear some sound from one of our storerooms, something like that, in our colony, and then we think that it's the raiders. They're trying to steal something because they have a bad reputation. Even though Sledge is our friend now, and we have proved our worth to them, and we are splitter now, but still we go to check, and we see it's Troy and Angel, and they're trying to find something funny, something fun there to do. So now they have discovered the moonshine, so we can encourage them, and using moonshine will also loosen up, the place, the people who are there. They'll be enjoying it, and we'll be talking more with each other. So less animosity when we have gathered all the allies here. And now we need to have a peace talk. But before that, as always, we'll have a conversation with Dirk. And I think, he will give off his negative vibes again, that seems like he so bad wanted to be the leader of this pack, or he doesn't agree with anything we say. And then Angel will suggest we build this time out of two options. One for moral, I believe, and the other one for not moral, but for research, like a library. So I went with that, and Dirk wanted something for the fighters, like that would fortify our place more. But we don't go with that. If we go with what Shannon suggested, I personally went with that. Then Dirk will be really angry, but it was our decision to make. But that's probably the whole thing Dirk's been doing since chapter 4 or 5 now. But then we go to the peace talk, and we see from all the colonies, the heads of all the colonies, at least 1 to 2 people, have gathered there. The Sunflower Creek, the builders, the raiders, and also Aaliyah, I think, from where we defeated Trent, or I chose to spare Trent. So from that colony, so we have all of the people gathered here, and Troy gives the last piece of information to our main character that we need to make sure that everyone feels heard, because if someone feels that we're not hearing them, then we will be impartial toward them, and that be like being partial won't make us good. So we need to be impartial. So we need to be impartial to everyone, and we need to make sure that everyone is heard. So we are given some options when everybody presents their case, and personally the options I chose, it showed us at the end that you're a model moderator or something, so everyone was happy. So basically the thing that the builders went, they wanted something from Alia's colony. In return they were ready to give them some help, but they wanted their tools to be improved by the blacksmiths of that colony. Then we need to negotiate that, and a lot of people didn't trust raiders. Sunflower Creek, their hypocrisy of not killing zombies, but making someone else do their dirty job for them. And so there were some debates here and there. People didn't trust Sledge, and then we can vouch for Sledge and raiders, and in order to prove that Sledge has changed and the raiders are going to help us, we will see that Sledge will be offering us a very high tech zombie killing artifact. It's a very high tech, like it can just like a machine. This machinery, this mechanism can kill zombies, and we can establish this in our colony and fortify it. So we will choose that. That's a diamond option here, and then we will see that we were almost a model moderator, and we get things done. We negotiate, but we tell them that we will not get anything done until the zombie surge is over. So until the zombie surge, we need to work together, and then we will talk about the negotiations more. Derek again is unhappy because he thinks that we should have been just able to get everything from them and make ourselves more the winner in this thing and just get everything from others. But that we didn't do. But nobody even tries to listen to or gives anything about Dirk, so he just leaves the room being defeated. So there could be a grudge building there that Dirk thinks he is making it a personal competition between him and our main character. Then we go out and we see how all the people are mingling together, and we see a lot of people are talking with the other colonies, so they're getting along quite well, the Sunflower Creek people. And but there are also people like who are not getting along well, but overall the morale is really good. And as the morale is good, everybody is getting along, so it definitely has to do with how many, I think, moral points you have, because in my playthrough there were two people who didn't get along quite well. So I'm not sure if you have more moral, can you get everyone to come along. So but we see most people are enjoying. We see Knuckles and his boyfriend, and they're just bantering with each other. We also see Aaliyah has a wife that we didn't know she had a wife. So we get to meet a lot of interesting characters here and get to know some details about them. But he also spent a little time with Dirk, and he seemed to be drunk. And in this condition, when he was drunk, he says something that we know that he was really close to our sister Brian, and he says that quote that I wish it were you who would have died instead of Brian. And then that definitely is in our mind, and we're unable to move that thing from our mind. That's constantly going inside our head. That what Dirk said. So now to clear our mind up, we can go to one or multiple, to one or more than one allies of ours to spend some time and to possibly hook up. So what I liked about this, that even though you choose 30 diamond scene, there is enough scene. Even if you don't want to just have a romantic or hookup scene with anyone, you can just have a genuine conversation with them, and then you're given an additional option to hook up with them or not, and within that diamond scene. So that's a very fair system, I guess. And I think the 30 diamond scene should have been a little less, because we were exploring other things too. It's worth it, but would have been better if it were like 20 something for each. So if you go to Ellie, then you will see, like, you will have this conversation with Ellie, that how Ellie lost his family. He never told us about that. He will tell us about that. He once went outside, and his brother and mom, dad were inside the cave, and he came back. He saw zombie corpses, and definitely his family members were beaten by the zombies. So he had to kill his brother, and then he had to kill by his own hand his mom and dad. So you can, like just the amount of trauma someone would go through after killing their own brother, mother and father because they were gonna turn into zombies. So definitely that's something that was going through his mind all the time, and that's why he doesn't want to be the reason of anyone's death. That's why he reacted that way when he learned that we were almost we almost gotten ourselves killed trying to save Ellie. We'll also tell what was on our mind, what Dirk said to us, and then we can have a hookup scene with Ellie, and then we'll move on with Troy. We will just have a nice time. Troy will show us an exclusive place there, and we'll just go there, talk with Troy, and just be part of his humor and spend a really awesome time, and then have a hookup scene with him, or we can just bid him goodbye by hugging him. Then we will go with Angel, and Angel will show us, take us inside in the lodge, and a very weird tent, like built to its, I think, not very usual things, but we will just enjoy that place. That it seems like Angel took some of her time out of the daily chores and completed that place, built that place up. So we will enjoy there. We'll just have a conversation, and we will also again tell like the other allies. We told them to, and we will tell Angel too what was on our mind about what Dirk told us, and then we will also ask that how Angel stays all happy all the time. So she says it was a choice between being sad all the time or being happy. So she keeps the happy memories with her, and then we will can have a hookup scene. We can have a hookup scene with her, and then we will move on. Also, we'll get a scene with Sledge. So Sledge is a love interest. So Sledge is definitely. We'll also have a conversation with her, like how we will approach her, and then like how she become, like this thing, how she has come this long, and when actually she became a, raider. We already know how she got her name, Sledge, but we will have a more genuine conversation, and we'll also tell her what was going through our mind, the conversation with Dirk, and we'll get some piece of advice, and then we'll also have inside the car a hookup scene with Sledge, and we will see that she is the one love interest who is cocky, and like I wouldn't say rough, but is not gonna give you anything easily. It's gonna make you work for what you want. So that's a classic trait of love interest we see in most, if not every book, then most books or series, shows, movies. And then we will go to Shannon, and inside her research station that she has built, I think, we will have a conversation with Shannon too, and then Shannon we will see that if you saved Shannon over Mina back in chapter 9, then Shannon will regret that. That if Shannon knew how to fight, then she should have been able to fend for herself, and then we would be saving Mina. But then we tell her that, look, it's not a big deal. Like you are a really good like you are a good person, and you get information how to fight zombies, and that helps us tons. And we can boost her confidence up, and we can just tell her that she's good. Just like we're never gonna regret befriending Shannon or regret the feelings we have for Shannon just because Shannon doesn't know how to fight or is not charming as Troy. Or so we just have this conversation and boost Shannon's morale up, and then we can have a hookup scene with Shannon. So let me know in the comments that which one did you enjoy the most, or which one did you like the most. I would say the conversation with Troy was the most amazing, but in terms of the scenes, I think Shannon's was the most really enjoyable for me. Let me know which one did you like, and then we will just end the night there, and or we thought so it will be ending on a good note. we come out and we see that there were some noises, like not just noise, but a very a very deep sound. And we see Mac was standing there, and we try to ask him that what was going on. So it seems like we also heard zombie noises. One thought crossed our mind: did Angel's parents come loose? Like, did they come out and are they making these noises? And also the other thing, that we could have been attacked by horde of zombies. So the solstice is still 7 days away or something, but then what is this loud noise? Where is this coming from? And all the zombies, are they Angel's parents, or is it, coming from outside, or are we attacked by horde of zombies? Because still 1 week to go to the solstice. So what is happening here? That we will know in the next chapter. But this was an amazing chapter, laid back chapter. Not much, except for we spent time with all the love interest. We built the library thingy for research, and then we got the machine from Sledge, and then also we learned what Dirk really thinks, and that was in our mind, disturbing us, and we are being attacked, even though there is still time, until solstice. So what is this, and how we're gonna cope with it? That's in the next chapter. And I think the fun's over. So hardcore, fight and just more intense adrenaline rush are waiting us in the next chapters. So that'll be interesting. Let me know in the comments your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, peace out.